see some of you just kind of now hopping on. Good morning. When you're ready, if you are not on your back yet, go ahead and find your way onto your back. And just let your knees hang comfortably open. The soles of the feet press slightly together. Heels drawn towards the sits bone. And as you breathe in, you know that you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know that you're breathing out. Good. And then when you're ready, gently bring the knees to where they point up to the sky, the soles of your feet down on the ground. Now keep your left foot planted and your left knee bent, but draw your right knee in towards your chest. Relax your shoulders, interlace your fingers around your right shin. Just kind of start to stir your right thigh bone around in the hip socket. Let's take our gentle flow and stretchy class. And then really let your right knee come in and up towards your right shoulder. Take an inhale. Left hand moves to your left thigh. And then your right hand takes your right foot into a half happy baby as you exhale. So you could just be here. I'm going to give you options. You could straighten and bend through your right knee if you need something like that. Try to keep both hips down on the ground. So I took a really back bend intensive power flow yesterday online. I'm regretting life. Not really, that's not even funny, but you know what I mean. Because I am really sore in my back today. And you want your left hip to stay down, but because I'm tight, you can probably see that it's rolling up and over. So I'm having to really focus on keeping the left hip down. Bending and straightening the right knee. Good. And now you could hold your half happy baby, and then kind of press your left knee open. So you get some left groin, inner thigh. If that feels weird in your low back, you don't have to do it, right? You just relax your brows, your jaw, breathe. And when you're ready, if you took that variation, let your left knee point back up to the sky and then cradle your right leg. So now, the sole of your right foot might be in the crease of your left elbow. If that's too much, don't worry about it, right? It's very early, so I want you to just take all of this kind of with a grain of salt and move into what your body is open enough for. And then gently let your right ankle come onto your left knee. Relax your shoulders back and down and draw your left knee, your left thigh in towards your chest. So if taking the figure four and leaving the left foot flat feels better to you, just stay like this, right? If you need the reclined pigeon variation, it's here. You just relax your brows. You can gaze at a spot above you. Nice, y'all. And then let your left foot come back down to the ground. Keep the cross of your right ankle over your left knee. Open your arms out to a T. And then let your knees fall to the left and turn your gaze to the right for a spinal twist here. Allow for both shoulders to feel heavy. You could slightly press your right thigh away from you. You're going to feel more, well, I feel more in the outer hip. You could draw your right knee closer to you. You might feel it more like in the glute or in the low back. Awesome, y'all. Take your time, slowly release, come back to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins, rock your body side to side. And then just let your feet come back down to the ground. Root the four corners of your right foot into the mat. And then hug your left knee, your left thigh in towards your chest. There's a slight flex to your left foot. I'm going to roll out my ankle. Good. And you can stir your left thigh bone around here. Try to keep your low back down on the mat, even as you move around, right? So what we're trying to do is get into the hip, and if your right hip starts to roll over, you're compensating rather than getting the sensation into the spaces that we're trying to get sensation in. And then maybe you find a half happy baby on the left side. Oof. Your left foot would flex towards the sky if you go there. Yeah, you could still just be hugging your left knee in. It's all good. And then you could kind of straighten into your left leg, bend back into the left knee. You can take that as few or as many times as you feel like you need to wake up the left side. I have my eyes closed, my right foot flat, my right knee and toes are at 12 o'clock. Then the movement and the fluidity is coming in on the left side. Good. Now I'm going to hold my half happy baby, slide my right hand to the inner right thigh, and kind of press my right knee open, rolling to the outer edge of my right foot. Relax the shoulders. The chin is slightly lifted off of your chest. Good. Breathe. And let your right knee point back up to the sky, right foot flat. You could stay in the half happy baby, or you could cradle your left leg. So you bend your left knee. Take your left foot to your right elbow. Left knee to your left elbow. And I'm just kind of rocking side to side. There's no sensation, no pain in your left knee. So if you feel anything there, it just means that this isn't right for you yet, right? So it's all good. Now take an inhale. Slowly release if you were cradling as you were exhaling, and let your left ankle come to your right knee. So you can stay just like this or press your left knee away from you. You could also draw your right thigh, your right knee in towards your chest. If you go into this little reclined pigeon, make sure there's a slight flex to both feet. So you take care of your knee joints. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And let your right foot come back down to the ground. Keep the cross of your left ankle. Open your arms out to a T as you inhale. Drop your knees to the right, turn your gaze to the left as you exhale. Get a little twist here. Both shoulders heavy, gaze to the left so that you get this kind of slight twisting all the way from the lumbar spine through the cervical spine. Breathe in, know that you're breathing in. And breathe out, and know that you're breathing out. Slowly come back to center as you inhale. Unravel, hug your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shins as you exhale. Kind of rock side to side. You could come into a full happy baby before we come up off of our backs, so you choose. Good. And then bring your knees, your inner thighs back together. Slide your hands behind your thighs. spinal rocks forward and backward. Keep your low belly pulled in, your low back rounded so it doesn't slap against the earth as you rock and roll. And then on your last one, come forward. You might have to kind of scoot yourself back a little bit. And then from here, extend your left leg forward and take the sole of your right foot towards your left inner thigh. Janushisasana A. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And on the exhale, drape yourself over your left leg. Relax your shoulders back and down. You can take a soft bend to your left knee. So you don't want to feel this in your left knee or in the gluteal fold where your glute and your hamstring connect. So release out of that by bending the knee if you feel it. Take an inhale, lift your gaze. And slowly come up and take your left leg out to the side body as you exhale and bring your right foot in towards your left inner thigh again. Now reach your arms up overhead. That's your inhale. Now let your left forearm come into the inside of your left calf and reach your right arm up and over as you exhale. So getting into the right side body, keep your right hip, your right glute heavy. And just reach your right fingertips so you feel a stretch through the right side body. All around through the rib cage. You might even feel it up into your armpit. Take one more inhale. And then just kind of slide yourself forward as you exhale. Walk your hands out, leave your legs as they are, and just drape over your right leg, your bent knee, right? Slowly walk your hands up. Bring your left leg back to your mat, and then just switch sides. Take your right leg long, and bring the sole of your left foot towards your right inner thigh. No pain, no sensation in the left knee at all. On the inhale, reach your arms high. On the exhale, fold over your right leg. So you'll feel this probably in the right hamstring, in your left hip, your left low back. Relax your shoulders. And then you inhale, lift your gaze, start to walk yourself up. And on the exhale, take your right leg out to a diagonal. So out to the side body and then slide your left foot in towards your right inner thigh. Now as you inhale, take your arms up overhead. On the exhale, right arm comes down to the inside of your right calf and your left arm reaches up and over. So imagine pulling your bottom floating rib on the left side up and away from your left hip. As you reach towards your right toes. I don't care if they touch. That's not what we're trying to do. If they do, great. Yeah. Gold medal. But we really want to create as much space in the left side body while at the same time lifting up and out of the low back, out of the hips. So notice if you're rounding into your lumbar spine, kind of slouching like we tend to do. And then as you inhale, slowly come back up. This time as you exhale, just cross your right leg. Oh wait, no, we're going to come forward first, I forgot. Drape your chest over your left bent knee. Get that release through your back. Let your forehead come down if it makes it all the way down there. Don't worry about it if it doesn't, right? This is perfect. Now slowly walk your hands back and lift your chest and cross your right leg in front of the left. Roll your shoulders back and down. If this is uncomfortable, you could come onto your shins, onto your knees, right? Now as you inhale, reach your arms out and up. On the exhale, just twist to the right. Let your left hand come to your right thigh, your right hand behind your hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, right hand to your left thigh, left hand behind your hip. We're just getting a little bit of spinal rotation. Inhale, come to center. On the exhale, elbows back and down, lift your chest. Good. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep your spine long, gaze back. Inhale, both arms center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to center, reach high. Exhale, elbows back and down, lift your collarbones. Inhale, last round, both arms high. Exhale, twist to the right. This time you hold. Roll your shoulders back and down, lift the crown of your head so that your spine elongates and the vertebrae stack one on top of the other like a staircase. And maybe you take your drishti, your gaze, to your back shoulder, only if it feels appropriate, but you'll probably feel something in the side of your neck on the left side, all the way up into your deltoid, maybe your traps, all that good stuff. Inhale, both arms center. Exhale, twist right, hold. Your right hand is light, left hand is behind your left hip. Crown of the head reaches. Twisting from your thoracic spine. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe you turn your gaze to your left shoulder. Good. Shoulders really want to round forward today. And then you inhale, come back to center, reach your arms high. On the exhale, cactus your arms, send your elbows back and down, lift your chest, and then let your hands come all the way back behind you, and your fingertips point towards the back of your mat. Now you could bring your hands all the way flat. Some of you will stay on like finger pads, and then maybe you just lift your hips, lift your chest, and then lift your gaze. No pain in the hands, so if you need the palms to be flat, go there, right? Take one more inhale right here. And then exhale, sit your hips down. One last thing on our bottoms. Lift the crown of your head. Now, if you have degenerative discs or anything going on with your neck at all, I want you to simply look side to side, right? Feel the stretch that way. If everything feels healthy today, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, take the chin towards the notch in your throat and feel the stretch this way. Roll your shoulders back and down. Sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale with the chin tucked. And then right ear to your right shoulder as you exhale. Inhale the chin down. Exhale left ear to left shoulder. And then you just take it side to side. Just release some of the tension. Carrying all of this weight on the shoulders. It creeps up into the neck. Those of you that enjoy taking this all the way around into full-on neck rolls, circles, feel free to do so as long as whenever your head drops back, you could still speak and swallow. And if you go in full circles, make sure you go in the opposite direction as well. And then when the chin comes back down, lift the crown of your head. Slowly come forward to hands and knees. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. And then your knees underneath your hips. On the inhale, let a soft belly drop down. Lift your chin, lift your tail. On the exhale, navel to your spine, dome out your upper back, and let your chin tuck towards the notch in your throat. Inhale, belly down. The heart presses between the upper arm bone. Exhale, belly up. Navel to your spine. Inhale, belly down. Exhale, belly up. Last one, inhale. And exhale. From here, start to roll around into full-on hip circles, body circles, undulations with your spine. If cat and cow is just where it's at for you today, stay there, right? I need a little bit of something different. I don't know if y'all can hear my joints. but they are making a symphony of sound today. So just move around. Some of you might enjoy taking the fingertips out towards the side of your mat or towards your knees and moving that way. Your range of motion will probably be smaller because now you're going to be stretching into your wrists. So take that into consideration and be careful with your elbows as well. Remember to even out whatever it is that you're doing. And then come back to neutral. Flip your palms towards the fingers towards the top of your mat. Take an inhale. And then shift your hips back towards your heels. Reach your arms forward for child's pose as you exhale. Let your forehead come down. You can roll your forehead from side to side if it's making contact with the mat or something else. And from here, lift up. Slide your hands back. Take your knees out wide. Walk your hands all the way back. Come onto your feet. Heels in, toes out. And find a Malasana Yogi squat at the back of your mat. Good, y'all. If it's intense, slide something that you can sit on underneath you. Blocks, cushions, right? Just make sure it's something that can support you. Now bring your hands to heart center. Lift your chest. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And breathe. Allow for your tailbone to kind of point down and probably slightly back. But then take the knots on the fronts of your shoulders and pull them away from one another. Open your heart, open your chest, right? Awesome, y'all. Now bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale to lift your hips and turn your toes forward, but keep your feet wide. And then exhale, take a dangling forward fold, hands to opposite elbows, and let the crown of your head reach down. It is perfect to have a bend in the knees here. It could be deep, right? There's no sensation in the knees and the gluteal fold. We feel this in the belly of our hamstrings and the release of the low back. You can sway side to side if it feels right. Now when you're ready, let your hands come down to the ground. Walk yourself out to a downward facing dog with your feet hip width distance apart. Your hands are shoulder width distance apart. And if you feel limited today, like in the hamstrings, the low back, the calves, you could come to the balls of your feet, take a bend to the knees and really lift the tail up so that you can hinge at your hips, right? And press your chest in towards your thighs. Remember, it doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is the ripple effect, the sensation, what you feel inside your body. And so if trying to make it look good makes it feel bad, well, that's just not worth it, right? It's not what we're doing here. When you're ready, float your right heel up as you inhale. Take your time. Let your leg float through the air. And then step your right foot to your right thumb as you exhale. And let your left knee come down to the ground. Good. Pull your heart forward as you inhale. Feel the stretch in the front side of your left hip. Yeah? And then shift your hips back. Straighten your right leg as you exhale. Let your toes flex back towards the shin. Those of you with blocks, you could have them on either side of your right leg. And then inhale, lift your chest and pull your heart forward. Fix my towel here. And as you exhale, maybe you extend your tail towards the back of your mat and draw your navel towards your right thigh bone. Good. Relax your shoulders so that your collarbones, your heart, are what leads you towards your right ankle, not your shoulders. So also help lengthen your spine. Now those of you who might need just a little bit for the IT band accessory muscles, you could drop your left hand over to the outside of your right leg, but keep pulling your right hip back, your left hip slightly forward, just a little bit, right? And then let your left hand come back. As you inhale, walk this forward, bend your right knee and float your arms up over your head. Salamba Anjane Asana, your supported crescent lunge. So reach your fingertips a little bit higher. Your right knee tracks the heel of the ankle. Toes are at 12 o'clock. And on the exhale, let your elbows come back and down. So you've done this before, but we were down on our bottoms, right? Good. Now as you inhale, use your core to brush your fingertips across the earth and then lift your arms back up. And then you exhale, elbows back and down. Inhale, fingertips to the ground. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, one more. Fingertips down and forward, up. Exhale, elbows back and down. This time as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. On the exhale, open arm twist to the right. Take your right fingertips back, your left fingertips forward. Check your right shin. Instead of letting the knee splay out, engage your right inner thigh to keep a straight line from knee to ankle. Inhale, swim your right arm down and up. Come back to your crescent lunge. And then on the exhale, bring both hands down to the inside of your right foot. Stay there for a moment. Lift your left toes and spin them towards the long edge of your mat. Now your right hand stays to the inside of your right foot and your left arm reaches up. So it's a modified or supported side angle pose, right? Right knee is still tracking the heel of the ankle. Some of you will heel till your right toes forward ever so slightly. Good. Gaze follows your left hand unless that bothers your neck. Now as you inhale, lift your shoulders over your hips. It's a modified warrior two. Gaze to your right fingertips. On the exhale, soften your shoulders down. Good. Relax into the pose. Take an inhale, straighten your right leg, turn your right toes towards the long edge of your mat. And on the exhale, let your left hand come down and your right arm reaches high first. And then towards the back of your mat, so you're stretching through the right side of your body. Press down actively into the outer edge of your right foot. Good, y'all. And then really reach with your right fingertips. Now you could stay right here or you could walk your left fingertips forward slightly. Lift your right leg to about hip height. Bend your right knee. You could catch your right ankle. It's up to you. And pull your heel towards your glute and stretch the right quad in the front of your right hip. Relax your right shoulder away from your ear. And if you're letting your left ear hang onto your left shoulder, lift your head so that the crown of your head is pointing towards the back of your mat and not down. Take a soft release as you inhale, both the leg and the arm extend. Right foot to the ground, right hand to the earth as you exhale, and then spin to where you're facing the back of your mat. But both hands are rooted to the ground, shoulders stacking over the wrists. Left knee and shin are on the ground. Right leg is extended and the ball mound of your right foot is on the earth. And then roll forward and backward and stretch your right calf. Awesome, y'all. Take one more inhale. Slide your right knee to meet the left. Box pose as you exhale. You might have to kind of readjust on your mat if you're close to the back. And then inhale, belly down, lift your chin, lift your tail. Exhale, belly up, navel to your spine. Inhale, the belly down, lift your gaze, lift your chin. Exhale, navel to the spine, dome out your upper back. Take an inhale right here, come into a neutral spine. Curl up your toes, walk your hands back, come to your feet, heels in, toes out, Malasana yogic squat at the top of your mat. One more time here. Which now feels like the back of your mat because you're facing the other way. Good. Breathe right here. Lift your chest. Relax your face. Good. Some of you might walk your hands forward if you feel like you need to release out of the low back a little bit more deeply. You're going to feel more of a pull, more than likely, on the groin and on the inner thighs. With the crown of your head kind of pull towards the thumbs. You might notice that your ears just kind of drop in between your upper arm bones. Good. Now slide your hands back if you went there. Inhale, lift your hips, turn your toes to 12 o'clock. Keep your feet separated. Exhale, drape your chest over your thighs. Inhale, walk yourself out to your downward facing dog. And exhale, let your heels feel heavy. Good. Now use your entire breath. Inhale, float your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left foot to your left thumb. Right knee softens down to the ground. Take your time. Frame your front foot with your hands. Pull your heart forward as you inhale. Let your shoulders soften back and down. And then shift your hips back as you exhale. Straighten your left leg and let your toes flex back towards your shin. Inhale, lift your chest. Think of collarbones moving towards the short edge of your mat. And then exhale, navel towards your left thigh bone so that the left hip pulls back the right hip forward. And we breathe. You can stay right here. You could walk your right hand over to the outside of your left leg if you need some IT band work. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Nice. Now when you're ready, your right hand comes back over. Walk yourself forward as you inhale. Float your arms up over your head. Salamba Anjaneyasana. Settle in for a moment as you exhale. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Reach your fingertips higher on the inhale. Cactus your arms, elbows back and down as you exhale. Now pull the belly in. Brush your fingertips down and forward on the inhale. Elbows back and down as you exhale. Fingertips down and reach, inhale. Cactus as you exhale, one more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Relax your shoulders back and down. Check your left shin. And then sweep your left arm down and up. Forward and high. Inhale. Exhale, both hands to the... Good. So here we are. Lift your right foot. And then spin your right toes towards the long toes forward ever so slightly. Bend into your left knee. Keep your hand either down onto the inner arch of your foot, or you can bring your forearm to your thigh. Good. And then reach your right arm up to the sky. You could also reach your right fingertips forward. Relax your right shoulder from your ear. Breathe. Pit of your belly pulls in and up. And then as you inhale, stack your shoulders over your hips. Gaze over your left fingertips. It's your modified warrior 2. Settle in for your exhale. Inhale, straighten your left leg, turn your left toes towards the long edge of your mat. Exhale, right hand down to the ground, left arm to the sky, or towards the top of your mat so you stretch through the left side of your body. Seal the outer edge of your left foot down. Good. Really stretch. And breathe deeply into your rib cage. Let it fan open, right? You could walk your fingertips forward. Lift your left leg. Bend the left knee. Catch your ankle with your hand. Pull your heel towards your glute. Check the crown of your head so it's not hanging down. It's lifted. Pit of the belly in. Re-extend both the leg and the arm. That's your inhale. Left hand to the ground, left foot to the earth as you exhale. Spin on your right knee. So you're in kind of like a box pose, but your left leg is extended back to the back of your mat. And then you roll forward and backward. Stretch out your left calf. Take an inhale. Step your shoulders back over your wrists and slide your left knee to your box pose as you exhale. Now inhale, root down into your palms. Curl up your toes. Exhale, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. The crown of your head reach down. At this point, you could pedal through the feet. One heel, then the other. Good. And as you inhale, take a soft bend to your knees. Look forward. And on the exhale, just step your feet to your hands. Inhale, crown of the head forward, tail back, belly up. Exhale, chest to your thighs. Inhale, come all the way to standing, arms out and up. Exhale, fold yourself back down, crown of the head to the earth. Those of you who need it, take your vinyasa, otherwise follow me. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, step yourself back to downward facing dog. And then as you inhale, maybe roll to the balls of your feet. Exhale, let your heels get heavy. Inhale, float your right heel up to the sky, nice and slow. And then exhale, step your right foot forward. Stay on the ball mount of your back foot. And then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Good. On the exhale, elbows back and down. Lift your chest. Inhale just one time. Brush the earth with your fingertips. It's a little bit more challenging because you're higher up. Exhale, elbows back and down. Inhale, reach both arms to the sky. Exhale, frame your front foot with your hands. Left hand stays down. You might just slide your left foot back. Reach your right arm up to the sky for your twist. See if you can let your hips sink down a little bit more with control, while at the same time lifting your left hip by way of your left side waist as you take your gaze to your right thumb. Take an inhale. Right hand down, straighten your right leg as you exhale. And you can just stay long in this pyramid variation, right? You don't have to do anything else. Those of you who need a little bit more might lift your right toes. Keep internally rotating your thigh bones. Good. Now bend back into your right knee. Slide your left foot forward ever so slightly and drop it down like a warrior foot. So left heel flat. Toes angled slightly inward. Inhale, lift your chest, windmill your arms open, find your warrior two. Good. Exhale to settle in. Shoulders down away from the ears. On the inhale, reverse your warrior. Let your left hand slide down as your right arm reaches up and back. Nice. And then exhale, right forearm to your right thigh, left arm to the sky or towards the top of your mat for extended. You could also bring your right hand down, but if today's a gentle day, as long as you're not weighting, like putting all of your weight into your right arm, you can rest your right forearm on your right thigh. Good, y'all. Now as you inhale, reverse. On the exhale, windmill your hands down. Frame your front foot with your hands. Step your left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, chest to your thighs. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your arms out and up. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Just a little bit of balance today. Root down into the four corners of your left foot. And then take your right foot and cross it over your left knee into a figure four. For some of you, this balance and with the opening of the right hip, it's going to be enough, right? So if that's enough for you, stay right there. That is your balance work. Some of you might get closer to the wall and use that for support. If you want to go a little bit deeper, I invite you to sit back into your left hip, bend your left knee, flex through your right foot to take care of your right knee, and just take a seated figure four, right? Or like a figure four chair, right? Slowly come back up. Single leg Tadasana as you inhale. Now cross your right ankle behind the left as you exhale. Arms up overhead on the inhale. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. And then hinge to the left as you exhale. Really root down into your right foot. Stretch the right side of your body. Come back to center as you inhale. Reach your arms high. And then left foot behind the right as you exhale. Right hand finds the left wrist. Lift up and over. Stretch through the left side of your body. And we'll catch both sides on the second round too. Inhale, come back to center. Reach both arms high. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Hands down, you can just step right back. If you need the vinyasa, take it. We'll all meet right here. With the crown of your head dangle down. And then you inhale, float your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. So now you're in your crescent lunge. You could always come back down to the back knee if you need it, right? It's all good. Exhale, send your elbows back and down. Lift your chest. Good. Use your core. Inhale, fingertips brush the ground. Reach up high. Exhale, elbows back and down. Lift your chest. Only the one. Inhale, both arms high. Pull your belly in. Exhale, frame your front foot with your hands and slide your right foot back slightly. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, just stay right here. Check your left knee. You might let your hips sink down a little bit. Good. Check with your right hip, your right side waist. Reach your left fingertips a little bit higher as you inhale. And then your left hand down, straighten your left leg as you exhale. Maybe you lift your toes. Just breathe here for a moment. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And then bend back into your left knee. You'll probably slide your right foot forward and then you flatten your right foot to a warrior foot. And then inhale, windmill your arms open, warrior two. Gaze over your left fingertips. Exhale, just settle in. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand slides down your right leg as the left arm reaches up and over. And then exhale, left forearm to your left thigh, right arm to the sky, or reach your right fingertips forward. Breathe. Check in with your low back. You don't want it to flare out too much. You don't want to over tuck. You want like a smooth line right here. Good, y'all. Use your inhale to reverse stretch through the left side of your body. And then exhale, windmill your hands down. Frame your front foot and step your right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, chest to your thighs. Inhale all the way to standing. Arms out and up, look up. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Now you're going to root down into the four corners of your right foot. Cross your left ankle over your right knee and maybe just right here. You know, all good. Flex the left foot. You could stay here working this balance in the opening of your left hip. Otherwise, hands come to heart center. Sit yourself back and down. So like you're pushing your hips towards the back of your mat, but still lift through your chest. And open up your left hip. See what happens when you kind of flare or extend your tailbone to the back. And then you inhale to slowly come back up, pass through maybe a single leg Tadasana. And then exhale, cross your left ankle behind the right, pinky toe to pinky toe. Inhale, reach your arms high. Right hand finds the left wrist. Get long first. And then exhale, hinge to the right. Stretch to the left side of your body. Inhale, come back through center, unravel, release the arms, reach high. Cross your right foot behind the left. Left hand finds the right wrist. Lift up and over as you exhale. Make sure there's no pain in your neck. And then you inhale, come back to center, unravel, reach high. On the exhale, make a fist with your hands at the small of your back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, puff up your chest. Lift your gaze. And then on the exhale, bend into your knees and take your chest to your thighs and the crown of your head down. Lift your fist. Tuck your chin. Take one more inhale. Hands down to the ground as you exhale. Inhale, kind of roll to the balls of your feet. Let your hips soften down towards your heels. And then your knees and your shins to the earth. You might step your knees back a little bit. And then sit back on your heels and let your shoulders stack over your hips. Your hands can rest at heart center, Anjali Mudra. You could also just rest in your lap. Roll your shoulders back and down. Breathe in and know that you're breathing in. Breathe out and know that you're breathing out. Now you can stay right here or you can shift forward, separate out your feet, and drop your hips in between your heels for a more traditional hero's pose. If you have blocks, you could also slide them underneath your bottom, right? But keep your chest lifted. Some people like to roll their calves out from underneath their thighs. See if that kind of creates space for you. If it doesn't, all good, you know. But just be here for a moment. Those of you who can recline, feel free to recline. What you don't want is for your knees to lift off of the ground. So if you start to sit back and your knees start to pull up off of the mat, that just means that's too far and you need to come back up. Ideally, the knees stay together as well. I'm less concerned about that as the knees lifting. So if your knees separate a little bit, okay, but still be careful, right? Slow and steady wins the race, y'all. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow when you lie down flat on your back in hero's pose. So just be here, it's all good. And then when you're ready, if you're all the way flat, you're going to bring your hands to your feet and kind of press into your forearms and your elbows to lift. The rest of us are just going to walk ourselves forward. I like to come onto my hands and my knees after hero's pose. Roll out my ankles first. And then I come into traditional child's pose as I exhale. So knees and inner thighs together. Torso resting on top of the thighs. Reach the arms forward. And then as you inhale, slowly shift back up into your box pose. On the exhale, cross your feet at the ankles, sit back on your heels, and extend your legs out in front of you. Roll to the front of your sits bones, kind of get your stuff out of the way. And on the inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, bend the knees as much as you need to, and drape your torso on top of your thighs. Roll your shoulders back and down. Slowly slowly walk yourself back up. Bring the soles of your feet together, heels in towards your sits bones, hands behind your hips. Lift your chest and kind of press in, right? So if bringing the heels in all the way to the sits bones is uncomfortable or it's just not even approachable today, take your feet farther away from your hips, right? It's all good. You can even go as far out so it's like a diamond, right? So find the space that works for you. And then inhale, lift your chest, long, strong spine. Hands can hold the ankles, the shins, the feet. As you exhale, hinge forward. Keep your belly pulled in and up. And slowly lift yourself up. Bring your knees together. Take your arms out by the side, body palms face up, and then roll down one vertebra at a time so you're flat on your back. And if you have your playlist going, moving it to the next song, which is a love song by Marty Levi. That's going to be for our closing in Shavasana. So slowly come down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Let your feet then come down to the ground about hip-width distance apart. Toes and knees at 12 o'clock, hands down next to the hips. You guys already know whatever back bend you feel like you should do, go for it. I'm going to cue traditional bridge. Inhale, lift your hips to the sky. Just stay for about 3 breaths or so. Just arch your back. Decompress the lumbar spine. Lift your sternum. Internally rotate your thigh bones. Yeah. Take one more inhale. Stay longer if you need it. Otherwise, soften down one vertebra at a time as you exhale. Let your arms come out to a T, palms face down. Take a deep breath in. Then just let your knees fall to the right and gaze left as you breathe out. And then you inhale, come back through center. Exhale, knees to the left, turn your face to the right. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And then you inhale, slowly come back through center. On the exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Take one more inhale right here. And then as you exhale, you can just open up into your Shavasana. Let your legs extend forward. Your feet hang comfortably open. If there's another closing that you need to do, you have my blessing, right? Do what you need to close down your practice. I am going to guide you we'll say briefly, in just some very simple breath. So once you're down on your back, it's just vritti, pranayama, which is your even breath, inhaling and exhaling, but they're the same number of counts, right? Both the inhale and the exhale. We're going to go for a count of 4. And if you don't get it, don't stress. It's all good. Wherever you have come down to, close down the eyes and empty out your breath. And then we inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And rest. If what you need is to stay here longer, just tune me out and stay. And I hope you do. If you are ready to move about the rest of your day, you can begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And take a full body yawn, a stretch with the arms overhead as you inhale. And then hug your knees in towards your chest on your exhale. And then find your way slowly, gently to Sukhasana, your comfortable, easy sit. Whether that's rolling to the side, just rolling up. You do you. Roll your shoulders back and down. Your hands can come to your lap, your hands to heart center. We take this final moment, this pause, to be grateful for our bodies and what they do for us today, and grateful to know that some days we need something gentle and stretchy. In this world that pulls us in so many aggressive ways, some days the yoga needs to be challenging, to push our limits. And some days the yoga just needs to stretch our minds and our bodies. So I thank you for being here and for choosing this path with me. It's a big deal. I think it's important. So I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. All levels flow. Be there, be square. Peace be with each and every one of you. Namaste.